Welcome, folks. Welcome, one and all. Another wonderful chat. And here we go. We're going to go to the. Well, what we're doing today is I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do piece by piece. The second top plate is in this area, is in the two bedrooms, bedroom 3 and bedroom 4. It's all anchored in place. I'm going to do the kitchen area, pantry, and because as you see, this is nice and solid, but this over here is not yet anyway. I'm going to anchor it all in place. Let's see, I had a 4-foot piece. There it is. Nope, that's not it. There's my 4-foot piece. This is definitely not it. Okay. As soon as I find the wood that I just cut, I will go back up and anchor it in place. I need everything. Okay, maybe that is the piece, and I just didn't notice that one side was really messed up. So let me check here. No, this is definitely not the piece. Excuse me, folks, I just finished cutting a 4-foot piece, and I can't find it, and there's not much, well, there's wood all over the house, but quite warm today, by the way, in case you're wondering. I am drenched, but it is, yeah, whatever. It's Florida, what can you say? How's everybody doing up there, out there? As soon as I find my 4-foot board, or I'll just cut another one, but there. Nope, that's not it either. Goodness gracious. How can I lose a piece of wood in, I'd say, 2 minutes? All right. Oh, no, my mistake. 4-foot board I just finished cutting was for there. I haven't cut this one yet. See, that's what happens when, I don't know if it's the heat or what, but my mind is going. All right, so I got to cut a board that's 2'6", because this is not 4 foot, this is clearly 2'6". Well, you don't see it, but I see it. So let me do that. We've got a board here that fits the bill. It's not much of a board, you know? But unfortunately, or fortunately, it's what I need. Okay. Wow. My imagination is every day just getting harder. Okay, folks. Up we go. Nope. Forgot my level. Gotta have my level. Kind of tough to plumb something without a level, right? Believe it or not, this is easier than climbing ladders. Or at least certainly a lot more comfortable on the feet. Maybe not so much on the head. All right. Mark exactly where I'm supposed to go. All right. Board. That's as solid can be. How hot is it today? I'm drenched and I only went up there once. This is crazy. This piece has to overlap both, so it's got to be 2'9½", I believe. But I will double check because I'm here. Okay. Good. How's everybody doing out there? I'm going to take a break just to Okay, put one board up, I'm already taking a break. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right, so let's do that one. Let's see where that lands. We need 10. Okay. This one work nicely. Of course, I forget my hammer, so now I gotta use this tool as a hammer. Make sure you aim the gun away from you. Let's try something different. I'm going to have to hammer it down from that side. It's these intricate parts that are a pain. Here we go again, folks. Let's see what we can do here. If anything. Uh, Back to the other side. How's everybody doing out there? Dave, good to see you. All right. So, got that piece. I just have to anchor in place, but before I do, I want to check everything for level. Oh boy, that's a big off. Let's see how this goes. Ha. Okay. Let me check this side. It's got to go way over that way. It's fine. Except it's got hammered. best thing I can do is take a breather because I'm drenched, it's hot. So let me switch the camera and relax for a little bit. I have never before started and only gotten as far as one before I got. This is truly a horrendously hot day, and luckily I got myself. All right, so let me give you a view of the back there while I do a quick change, because I'm telling you, today is going to be a 30 shirt day. The beautiful thing is, I always have a dry shirt or 6 or 12 out here, so I can relax, cool off a little bit. It's hot. It's very, very hot. So much so that I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. That part's fine. That part, yeah, all I gotta do is just move that. So if I get I'm gonna grab a spreader bar from the back and use it to push over the closet. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but this wall here is perfectly fine. It's level all the way down. That one is tilted this way. I gotta push it that way. I'm anchoring it all in place on top, but I still have to, but in order to anchor it correctly, I gotta, So there's a bit of movement and adjustment that I need to do with this. Namely, this has to go in and be tilted that way. And I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do it today. I'm just too, it's Saturday. I'm just going to take a break. And actually, let me see if I turn the fan on. Give me a sec. It's a gorgeous day outside. Let me show you what I'm looking at out the back. I'll just spin the camera around. So this is what I'm looking at out the backyard. It's great. It's beautiful. I just so you guys, I don't know if you guys have been following with my antics with my dog, but here, let me just switch the camera and zoom in if I can. So that's not it. So anyway, that hill is now back to normal size. Yesterday I took and I raised the hill back up. And already you guys can possibly see a few shadows in there that look like holes. They are holes dug by, yeah, there she is, good old Poochie. She's just walking behind the tree there. She's, well, whatever. Anyway, this is the beautiful view I have from the backyard. It's a gorgeous view, and the camera doesn't do it justice, but it's quite hot. It's so hot I can't think straight. I can't even talk straight. It's that bad. You know. Um, I'm thinking I'll take a break, have some lunch. I might be back on in an hour or so or two after I get refreshed a bit, and I'm gonna continue my efforts up there. But what I am gonna do is, um, yeah, I'm gonna continue my efforts, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn the fan, angle it up so at least I get a breeze from the bottom because it's, dare I say, unbearable. I've got a headache. I got to take some Advil. I got to eat something. I'm not in the right frame of mind to be building. And when you're not in the right frame of mind and you're on a ladder, that's the last thing you can do. Yes, on the Hobbybox channel. Yeah, depends. Okay, you know what? Let me see. Which Hobbybox channel are you talking about? Because if you're talking about Hobby Unboxed, the Facebook page, yes. Hobbybox, I haven't even searched if Hobbybox is still active. About a year or two ago, for some asinine reason, there's no other word I could say that'll describe it, the powers that be decided to block or ban the account. I didn't do anything. Somebody must have gotten jealous and reported something, and that's the way it goes sometimes. The bottom line is no access, no response, nobody to contact. They just shut it down. I have no way of getting to it, no way of saying, hey, I need a new password or access it or complain that or request a review or report. Nothing. It's this content is no longer available. That's it. When I log, and I to this day, if I log in with my password to my old Javier Unzueta account, you know, I don't understand what happened. It's possible that I got hacked, and the hacker himself reported himself and admitted that I got hacked, and that I never was aware of any of this. All I knew, is that from one day to the next. Now, Javier Unzueta, my old account, had control of, I believe, Hobbybox. I'm not sure. And if you have a question about the box, yeah, hobbybox.com. You could still contact me through email there. No problem. Everything's. In fact, I got one guy, also by the name of Dave, oddly enough, that bought a box from me, number 43, I believe, and I don't know if he sold it to somebody or if it's his wife that I'm communicating with. Regardless, I didn't bother checking if it was the original owner. I just went ahead and told him that, yeah, no problem. Send me, again, I always say this to my customers for the CNC machines. And by the way, anybody wants a CNC controller, I'm on hiatus until the end of December. I'll answer all your questions and be happy to, but I won't be building any new ones until I get the shop, and who knows when that'll be. Probably mid-December, mid-2024 at the latest. So I had him send me the box. My deal is always, you pay for shipping both ways. I'll look at the box, test it, and send it back to you. Now, I kind of shouldn't have promised that to this guy because I got the box and I'm using a tester and I don't have all the parts with me. I don't have the, it's I got a lot of rainy days and a lot of time in the evening, so I could do this just once. But in the future, that stands. As soon as I get all my test bench and equipment out, I'll be back up and running, and I could test it and fix it within 15 minutes. Anything that's wrong with it. And usually no charge to the customer except shipping both ways. And that's a large flat rate box, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, so I'm working on that. Luckily, it was a quick fix. It's a buck strap converter that went bad on it, and I have a bunch, but I can't find them, so I just ordered a new one. No big deal. And I'll send it back to him, and he'll be happy. You know, I have a good product. It's reliable. Eventually, I'm going to work on the box enclosure, possibly. We'll see. Make it look really nice, but make it look more professional. But I'm telling you, I get a lot of feedback on the, especially people that have bought the Gatton CNC and they're making it themselves out of plywood. Whether they paint it or not, they like the look of. They're happy with the plywood, and my box matches them, and they're very happy with the box. I mean, so much so that I was selling an average of 50 to 100 a month. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. A lot of the people that I sold to I had one guy that had one of my salesmen tapping all the maker spaces in Miami. Now I got a whole new area in Orlando, but regardless, I'm not interested in that. I don't make any money off them, so I'm not interested in that. It was just to keep a bunch of people employed. I will go back to it because I do enjoy the electronics. I do enjoy the community, so I'll continue with that. But go ahead and put your question here. If it's a simple one, I'll answer it, Dave. I'll be happy to. I'm just taking a break because it's just, like I said, it's unbearably hot out there. I don't think I'm going to do any more work until I get something in me. It's hot. Yeah. It's looking good. I love it. So yeah, go ahead and ask the question here if you like. If it's not a long one, if it's a long one, yeah, go ahead and email me, whatever. I'll get back to you. Let me grab another tea real quick. So I got an old. Here's one. I got an old classmate. Oh, I got to call my brother when I hang up with you guys. I got an old classmate of my brother's from grade school, and her husband is an AC guy, and I haven't seen, and I never met him, so they're going to swing by. They're relatively in the area, so they're going to swing by, and we'll see what happens. I may get a little bit of help. If not, I'll certainly tap them for some advice and stuff, and give them a good meal for lunch, or something. I'm happy to treat them. But good folk, very animated. I remember her when I was a kid. I was a hyper kid. My brother, the opposite. He was just very sedentary. she was a hyper kid. She was, my mom's crazy, but to this day, she's 80 years old and she's crazy in a good way, but very hyper, and still does not look 80, And so she got along with this girl quite a bit because they were in the same mindset. They were just all. I don't think spaz is a bad term, or hyper, or ADHD, or whatever you want to say, but let's see. Can I activate the homing switch on the box? Only X works. Activate. Wow. The problem is now you're asking me stuff software that while I was doing one every single day and working on them, and I'll get back to it. It's been 3 years since I've actually clicked on any of those. It's a little bit of a blur. Can you activate the homing on the X? Or rather, this. Okay. Can you active the homing switch on the box? Only X works. Okay. What I would do is when you're running, I got a Mach 3. When you're running Mach 3, look at the diagnostics menu and click on and off the homing switches, see which buttons light up. And if I remember correctly, now, again, foggy memory in 3-4 years, so it's holy cow, it's been 2020 is the last time, and early 2020 is the last time I worked on this. So if you set if the homing switch on the X is working and you want them all to home the same way. In other words, okay, trying to remember the connections now. Yeah, the switches, the limit switches, you can set. Okay, so it's coming back to me slowly. On the inputs, the input is wired, and I forgot which one. I think it's number 1. The input for the homing switch is a normally open loop, normally closed. Shoot. I gotta see how I wired it. I don't remember. Let me see. It's it. Okay, so that one, that one, that one, that one. It's in my frequently asked questions, but whether it's normally open or normally closed, there's one input that it's connected to for all the homing switches that I provide in the kit. You plug in the homing switch. Let's see where. Wow. The plug. For the life of me, I'm trying to remember how it's wired up. How I wired it up. Because I know, okay. Inputs, outputs, inputs, outputs. Output was, okay, the output was 24 volts. I had 4 outputs, of which however many you wanted to connect, that's for either cycle on and off, so you can, for a relay, yada, yada, yada. Okay, the inputs. The inputs are homing switches, emergency stop, I am trying to remember how it's plugged in. I know I have a 5-pin DIN on the input. The third pin, which is the top pin, which is the middle pin, is ground. Well, it doesn't matter. It's common. And then any one of the other 1, 2, 3, 4, as you're looking at the box, as you're looking at the front of the box, it's left is 1, then 2, pin 3 is ground, and 4, then 5. So it's number 1, 2 is 2, number 4 is input 3, and number 5 is input 4. That's how they're connected and wired to the controller. Now, as far as the settings on the ports, you put port 3, pin 1 is 1, port 3, pin 2 is 2, port 3, pin 3 is 3, and port 3, pin 4 is 4, is input number 4. That's how they're wired on the connections. And then you have the setup, which is the part I'm a little foggy about. For the homing switches, you have active or inactive. And again, it's in the frequently asked questions. Trouble is, there's a lot of frequently asked questions, so it's a big thing to look through, but it shows you how everything should be set up. These are the kind of things I just test and do manually, and instantly I'll know the answer. But I don't have Mach 3. I don't have a mini PC. I have a controller now because someone just sent me one, but that's it. I'm lucky it's a power supply issue, because if it was controlling the motors or I could test continuity and I could test the components, but I can't fully test the box because I don't have everything. Yeah, it's a little bit of a blank to me, but I know that the homing switches are all wired together because they don't need to be wired separately. Basically, oh, no. The homing, I'm sorry. I'm thinking limit in my mind, limit, not homing. If you're asking about homing, there is a file on the computer, and there's 2 or 3, and you might ask the community. You have to have a macro, a homing macro installed, which will detect the homing switches. Now, in order to diagnose whether the switches are working or just, again, go to the diagnostics, click on the switch, click on the emergency stop, and you'll see the little lights in the diagnostic. You see one of them turn on, or 2, depends on, because one of the, I believe the number 1 position is emergency stop, so it'll be number 1 and it'll be emergency, whereas number 2 is just home number 2, and it should show 3 homing switches on it, and that's in the ports and pins. Again, if you go back and reload the Hobbybox CNC the USB controller file that I have on the Hobbybox on the website. It's under hobbybox.com. Look under frequently asked questions. It'll have the files in there, and you'll have the configuration, the default configuration, in case you might have messed something up. Sorry, I couldn't be any more help at the moment. but half my information is lost to time, and I'll get back into it. I promise you. But until it'll be a while until that whole warehouse is set up, and that's after the house is built. So. Well, looks like my dog came to roost. You got water there, Poochie? You good, Mama? You good, girl, or did you run out of water? Be right back, folks. Hey, folks, I'm back. So, Dave, I hope that helped a little. I don't know if I answered anything, but sweet. Got my air tags. The Pooch's last one. Let me tell you a little story before I let you guys go. See, the dog, my warehouse is not a safe place, but it's a wonderful place for a dog to explore and hide in. Along the wall, there's a narrow gap, which a person can't fit, but that little dog certainly can. A tunnel that goes for tunnel that goes for it's a tunnel that goes for about 40 feet. And then obviously whatever holes in the stacks of boxes or stuff that I have in there or under tables, the dog can explore and hide. And she does a great job of doing that. So much so that we lost her for 3 hours. And I don't know if she couldn't get out or if she just was very comfortable being part terrier that she just hid in there. Well, there they go. So, regardless, I was searching for her the other day, and I really got worried. So some boxes might have fallen her and trapped her and stuff, because that dog, as loyal as she is, and she'll always come back, does not bark. Barks very, very little. And you call her, and all she does is wag her tail. Now, normally, I could hear somewhere in the warehouse something going tap, 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 tap. But this time, it was pouring rain. I mean, we're talking heavy-duty thunderstorm on a metal building. I can't hear somebody 10 feet away talking to me. So I really got worried. When I got her back, I saw that the water damage and the battery was dead, both, for the Apple tag. So I got a new tag for her, and I got a nice waterproof case. So hopefully, I love Apple tags. I got everything on Apple tags. And this whole world of, it's that Miami mentality that I still have. I know I've come up to Central Florida, but I still got that, got to protect all your stuff, even though it's only worth something to you, not worth anything to anybody else. So whether it's security cameras or traceable tags or RFIDs, I got tags on everything. It's crazy. And multiple tags sometimes. Yeah, I'm a little paranoid. Well, folks, thank you all for dropping in, and I'll catch you all another day or later today if I'm up for it. Enjoying the dog digging on the hill. Thanks for coming in. Later, guys. And Dave, send me an email if you have any issues that I can perhaps solve. If not, I'll send you my number and you can call me or something. Bye-bye.